right, NTB, man. Just a quick story time history lesson for young men who think that the streets are the place to be. Let's talk about it. NTB, man. The game has changed. So many years ago, there was a code in the street, whereas if a person got knocked and he was part of a organization, a crew, a clique, a group, friends, business associates, he held water. That was basically the code. You look at the old Costa Nostra, look at the old Italian gangs, look at the old Irish gangs, look at the old people got knocked. Oftentimes people hold that water. And so I was locked up where I started noticing the game was changing. It started changing a lot. Talked to a lot of the old heads. It started changing a lot in the 80s. Started seeing the code change, There was no honor amongst thieves, for sure, because that crack came on the scene. And you started seeing people selling each other out for $5. Brother was flipping on brother. Son was flipping on mother. There was no honor amongst, you had to watch everybody because it got so grimy. And then these code changes, it started seeping into the culture. It started even seeping into the mafia, Costa Nostra. Started seeing them even flipping on each other. Not sure if the source was drug game, but they started even telling. Before, they used to, the mob, you got to take that L if you got caught. And the folks would take care of you, your family. You doing a life bid, they'll take care of your family for life. They'll hold you down for life, and you just hold water, you never tell. And that was the real deal. That was the code. So I don't know what happened with them. Was it the drug game too that flipped? But I started noticing in the penitentiary, guys started being treacherous. A treacherous element started coming in the penitentiary right around the 90s, 91, 92, 93. It was like a total code shift from, the brothers in the penitentiary were brothers to, everybody was kind of like at each other's throat over drugs, and you couldn't trust nobody. Nobody's word was good anymore. And the telling is double dealing, the backstabbing of your mans that you knew since childhood. It was at an epidemic level. The trust was gone. You started seeing a lot of the death of the brother, and now everybody was son, and then everybody was the N-word started. That's how brothers would greet each other. It used to be brother. But anyway, yeah, there was a shift, and that shift, it started seeping into the culture, and a lot of these people, they accepted the game as a game that has changed. So even the old heads started becoming iffy. You couldn't even trust the old school dudes. Old school dude was following these 20-year-old, 19-year-old crack dealers and they code of ethics, and they had no code of ethics. Their code of ethics was money rules, and I do my man if necessary. The stories that were told in the 80s and the early 90s about how brothers was just flipping on brothers over crack, over territory, over drugs, killing each other over $5 beefs, $5 drug deals, $20 drug deals, $1,000 drug deals. Anyway, now a lot of that culture, it started to become cemented, and it become part of the culture, the new norm. The new norm. People are telling, people are unreliable. I'm talking about the streets. But the idea of this is my brother is gone. It's just, we running together, and it appears that we all on the same page, but the code that brothers had way back in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, you know what I mean? That's gone. That's dead. I watch young guys now rolling the streets, getting knocked off, 5, 6 of them knocked off, and, a lot of them are telling before they get down to the precinct. They telling in the back of the police car. They flipping on their mans from day ones. They flipping on their mans who was their mans from kindergarten. But it's sad because a lot of them, they in that circle, but they don't even understand the code. They don't really understand the code. So they doing things, a lot of street stuff, and they getting information on each other. And as soon as the police come and one of them get popped, the whole crew goes down. And it's sad because for some reason, a lot of these guys don't even understand that your man is your man's until he's not. Anyway, NTB, man. Follow for more.